Well, I saw you guys in the chat, so I figure I'd say hi. Hey, Paul. Hey, Mike. Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Chatting with Javi number 90. And tonight I'm going to be working on a little repair job. One of the guys, one of my guys, soldered with way too much flux. So as a result, all the wires became corroded and disconnected. That's, you look, flux is a beautiful thing for soldering wires, but one thing you really got to be careful with, obviously the right type of solder, the right type of flux, but flux is acidic on purpose. It's supposed to boil away. So if you don't give it the heat that it needs to absorb and everything, it will do some damage. So, let me send a message to my buddy Russ, see if he's around. And let's see. Yep, that's not the right page. How you doing, Dave? Good evening. Let's see here. Okay, so let's go ahead and put you guys on. Hey, Kevin from Philadelphia, how are you? Let's go ahead and no, this way. Nope, this way. Oh, goodness. It's this way better. Okay. So you'll see it. Let me see if I can get it. All right, to the bottom, on the bottom of the screen there. Where's my other clippy thing? Let me use this one for that. Oops, there we go. I want to make sure that I have this thing within view so you guys can see. Yeah, so like I said, so let me show you what I'm working with here. As everything falls over. One of the guys did this mess, and it's as you'll see. Well, you can't see because it can't be close up, but it's just a bunch of corroded parts. All the things came off, and so as I'm testing them, getting ready to knock a few of these out, it was a little bit. Oh, you missed the first part because of the commercial. That's funny. Well, it was me basically saying hi, and I came on just because I saw you guys. It came on 20 seconds early anyway. So rather than going through the annoying thing of trying to solder them in the board over there, I'm just going to go ahead and solder 4 new wires to 4 new connectors, and I'll just drop them in place, connect them to the plugs, and I'm done, because it's a lot easier than trying to work with. First, I got to desolder the old connectors. It's just a bit of a hassle. All right, so let me grab my cables. I will need, let's see, it's red, yellow, blue, and black. So let's get 4 reds. Let's get 4 yellows. Let's get 4 blues. And of course, 4 blacks. Oh, cut your first project today? That's excellent, Kevin. What did you do? Something interesting, I hope. Let's see here. What I like to do is I cut it wide like this, and then I just use these to twist. All right, so now that they're all twisted, then I'll just go ahead and cut them off to the right length, roughly. And same thing with the other side. And I'll do that to all 16 cables. Yeah, those Vectric projects are fantastic. They definitely are. They know how to treat their people. Okay, for yellows. I didn't realize that Matt was live, or I would have postponed this at 8 o'clock like I normally do. Things YouTube. A buddy of mine, fellow woodworker. Some days he has interesting things. It's like me. Some days interesting, some days give or take. All of YouTube is the same. You made some wood firewood. Yeah. I make a lot of firewood when I'm cutting wood. Because I'll tell you that the way I mean, you guys have seen me. The way I do it is most of the time, I don't cut a piece to size, and then some people they'll cut a piece to the exact size. Okay, so let's say I have this piece to cut. Okay, I'm going to cut it to the exact size, like the outside, and then I'm going to clamp it down, and then I'm going to do what I have to do on the inside. I take a board bigger than what it is. I mean, when you're working with plywood and stuff, and I always like to go that extra inch. Yeah, over the long term, it's probably a waste of wood, but let me tell you, I believe in saving time, and wood I can get more of. Time you can't. So, I mean, for me, I'll take a piece of wood, I'll clamp it down on the sides, and then I'll do all the carvings on the inside, and then the last pass will be routering the outside to the exact shape I need. Done. But as a result, I'm always left with some kind of skeleton or a frame or something like that. But I got to tell you, I don't mind. I don't mind. And as long as you got a place to burn it or chop it up or use it, then by all means. And I always do. So. Firewood is a good thing. All right, here we go. All right, we have all our little parts. We have our soldering iron nice and warmed up. We have our solder. Let's tin these things. Yeah, a second, folks. I can't see too well. I need this thing turned a little bit more of an angle. And let's see. Not so much. Okay, I know. Let me try not to cut myself, and there, that's perfect. Hey, Ryan, how's it going? Good to see you. I'm just soldering. Tinning the connectors here. Okay. Now I shall tin these wonderful things. And I want to see if I avoid using flux, because that's what ends up corroding these things. All right, so there's the blue. There's the red. Yellow, and of course, black. Yeah, in order, it's red, blue, yellow, black, going clockwise. So let's do the furthest one first, make it easy, which is the yellow. And of course, you always got to have the tip fluxed. I mean, now for the black. I got to tell you, I'm really looking forward to my new glasses, because this is just extremely annoying trying to do this with. Let me clean my glasses here. It's. I was at the depot getting some stuff, and every time you go out with a mask, I don't know about you guys, but I really, if it wasn't for the fact that people would start pointing like the uh, body snatchers. See, there you go. I already did that wrong. People start pointing like the body snatchers. I would honestly, I would never wear a mask. I can't stand it. I'll take the risk. And I'm saying, yeah, and I'm speaking for everyone in the world. So anybody that says it's not the risk to you, it's the risk to everybody. Well, good. Screw it. I'm game if they are. Let's see here. You weighed the Z-axis assembly with the spindle mounted. It came in at over 22 pounds. This is on a 48 machine build. Yeah, that's about right. That is exactly about right. The spindle itself is like 17 pounds, I believe. Something of that nature. I'm pretty sure anyway. Let's see. What do we got? We got red, blue. Blue is next. So I was watching a bunch of Monty Python yesterday. I got to download Live at the O2 because I had never seen it before. I mean, it's all their old skits, so it's not like anything new. Well, it's a few new things, but yeah, it was very entertaining. I really enjoyed it. I mean, bits and pieces that I saw. I gotta buy the DVD or whatever to get the whole thing because it's not all available on YouTube these days. Good, solid connections, nice and easy. Always make sure nothing moved, which it didn't. And we have our connections. Let's make this one red, shall we? So let's go grab a whichever one I grab first. It's yellow. Okay, this one is now yellow. One down, three to go. There we go. We'll angle it like this, and that should work out real well. Notice I hit it on the soldering iron, but it's also touching the terminal, and I'm waiting until the terminal melts just right, because if I just heat the soldering iron, that's it. Then that's not going to do me any good, because that well, basically it's not going to stick to the terminal. So, all right, we'll do yellow next. Okay, there is something buzzing around here. And I want to make sure I kill this thing before it... Not a fan of mosquitoes. I mean, obviously we all got to live with them, but they get to be a bit annoying sometimes. Let's go ahead and solder all the connections. Got to do that one again. When they start to fray because you move the soldering iron wrong, you're better off, retwisting it and redoing it rather than trying to fix one strand, because in the end it's going to come off again. There we go. Need the black. And then the blue. And since we're here, I might as well do the next batch. Mike, Paul is asking what type of CNC you have. I don't know how recent that is. I just glance at my screen every now and then. I just saw. Okay, and last but not least, the blue. All right, so let's do the yellow first, as we always do. And we shall do the blue. Okay. And we do the black. Next furthest. Or the, yeah. And then last but not least, we'll do the red. All right. There's another one down. Let's reach in and see what we find. Drum roll. Red. Red it is. Okay, we have our yellow. We now have our red. We need our, let's see, what is it? Green and our black. Oh, joy. Or rather, green and our blue. How's it going, Bruce? How's everything? Good to see you. Everything going well, well, well. Let's see, what's the next one we'll do here? That'll be this one. And just that. We'll put it there like so. Put this here. And tin away. Ow. Every now and then, a little piece of rosin boils over. Ow, like that. And hits you. Excuse me, folks. Got a phone call. Oh, Indian Springs, Nevada. Sorry, don't know anybody from Indian Springs, Nevada. Sorry, can't talk right now. Let's see here. And back to our wonderful soldering. Before we were so rudely interrupted by most likely a one of these telemarketers. They're everywhere. Alrighty, there's our yellow. Now for our blue. Do I find it hard to assemble? I'm enjoying myself. If I didn't like this, I wouldn't be doing this. The I don't find it hard at all. I'm quite enjoying myself. The what was a little frustrating was Paul. I told my guys exactly how to do this, and I told them how important it was to let the flux. The guys want to earn some extra money, and then they say, "Yeah, well, we could do it. We could do it. We could learn." Okay, fine, and I teach them, but I told them it has to be done exactly this way, and this guy is not soldering anymore because this is the second time that I've come across some bad solders from him. And for those of you that weren't here earlier, I'm replacing 4 connections on a unit that basically they used too much flux and it was all over the place. And the flux is acidic. After a while, it just eats into the solder and it just made an open connection. And I don't need that. I really don't need that. I mean, I check them all before they go out, so there's no problem outside. But I not a fan of fixing other people's things, which is why I'm soldering new ones. Because as you'll see in a few minutes, it's a lot easier to just create 4 of the. I've already done 3. In half an hour, I've knocked off 3 of them. So by 8 o'clock, I'll have installed them all in, and I'll be working on the next box because I got to finish up a box for. I promised somebody a box a little earlier than normal, so it helps to have connections directly with me. You get to not jump the line, but a few perks. Rather than waiting for the standard process, when they're next in line, they're going to get it immediately after the last person rather than having to wait a little while. Okay, so there's our third one. And now we have just the one left. Okay, that. Okay. Dooby. Oh, sorry. Hang on a second. Did I find it hard to assemble? Oh, I'm sorry. It was directed toward Mike. My apologies. I can barely see here. Let's see. 2 machines, 4x8 extrusions. It's a beautiful thing. Making a vertical table, some joinery work. I have to learn how. Making a vertical table now for some joinery work. Oh, the joinery is pretty. Well, it's pretty straightforward. It's just a matter of practice, like anything else, Kevin. And I got to tell you, I've always been a fan of YouTube because of the good, that it does, not the craziness that's out there, but rather the how-to videos on just crap, on just about everything. Sorry, this thing didn't heat up, and now I gotta pluck this off here. Not paying attention to where it went. There we go. Off it goes, and back again. So, there we go. There you go. Heat up, heat up. There you go. Perfect. Okay. YouTube videos. The annoying ones, yeah, not a fan. However, lately, one of the things I've been doing is okay, so most of you guys know that I am heavy duty. For years, I'm very learned in the construction field, and I've worked over 38 years, 40 years in construction, project management, build everything, you name it, soup to nuts. Well, obviously, with my background in electronics, in fact, that's what got me interested in electronics, is following an electrician around putting wires, and I thought the logic of the wires was just fascinating to me. But anyway, the plumbing, however, not plumbing so much, HVAC is, well, how shall I say it? A pain, because basically sizing ducts. There's a few ways to do it. One of the ways is the old-fashioned way, where you have something like a 500. Hang on a second. I just want to make sure that this gets in here correctly. You put it's exactly 500 or 600 per ton. And no, it doesn't work that way, folks. It's not that simple. It's that simple if you just want an AC and that's it. But I'm shooting for some heavy duty, high performance stuff. That first of all, that 500 per ton, that doesn't work, because that would mean that my new house, which is 3,500 square feet, just the house, would require a 7-ton unit. And as much as a lot of people that own a 3,500 square foot house would say, "Oh yeah, well that's perfect. I'd love to have a 7-ton unit, or a 3 and a 4 in my house." It's not quite that simple. Now, according to the energy calculations, the insulation, and all the other data, the proper size for my house for an AC is, get this, 3.5 tons. That's it. 3.5 tons. If I go anything over, I'm wasting money. It doesn't sound like it, but it is absolutely 100% true. Not only did I double check all the numbers and all the energy calculations and everything, but at the same time, I'm reading up on everything. Well, anyway, to get to my point, which is YouTube. This part I knew before. I knew about the new energy efficiency standards and about energy. Now we're going with blue energy calculations and all that stuff. That's a no-brainer for me. I've been through all that. However, I've never actually done a duct sizing before. I mean, basically doing the house loads. It's not an easy thing. If you want to get it exactly right, obviously you can approximate, but it's not an easy thing. You're working with, so I've got a flexible duct system. Okay, a flexible duct system, every such and such feet, you have to account for a pressure loss. Okay, which depending on the temperature and the pressure and the initial flow, you'll get a certain flow on the other end. Okay. Now here's the thing. It gets really, really complicated because let's say this is my plenum and this is the AC and I've got 4 lines coming out. Well, if I cut this line over, if I have this line and it's a short line, you're going to get a lot of flow here. All right. Now, if I have a lot of flow here, these 3, which are long lines, are going to get even less flow. So I have to balance this, obviously. I have to use a smaller duct over here. Okay, that all seems common sense, but here's the question. Because it also depends on temperature, how these things flow. It depends on how many curves you have, how many connections you have, how long the duct is, what type of duct, what size duct. Do you have a 6-inch, a 7, an 8, or a 10, et cetera, et cetera. And it's kind of like plumbing and flow. Well, it is exactly like plumbing and flow. You have to size it accordingly. Now with plumbing, it's easy. You oversize a lot of the stuff, but you have to get the right flow, and so the air doesn't, so it doesn't get locked up. Well, anyway, long story short, I got into the YouTube videos and found a lot of incredible resources for all of this, for the plumbing, rather for the HVAC system. Yeah. Okay, folks, we have our 4 ta-da things. So now, clear up the table a little and have some Diet Coke. All right. Let's go ahead and remove these. Okay, so we'll start with the, let's go ahead and start with the yellow, which is the furthest one. They're all actually, before I do, yeah, let me just do it this way. All right, so don't have my well, I'm going to cut these off anyway, so might as well just do it this way. Okay, yellow. Yeah, Mach 3 is fantastic. I mean, the YouTube videos for Mach 3, Mike, are incredible. Absolutely incredible. Every one of them. Okay, I know I had a pair of pliers around here somewhere. Oh, even better. I've got it. Oh, I don't. Okay, we'll continue. Here we go. Take the old ones off. Black, yellow. Put the new ones on. Black and yellow. Well, frankly, Bruce, there's no point to upgrading because there's one of the problems is with Mach 3, you can stick it on as many machines as you want. So it's cheaper. You could stick it on as many machines as you want. And there is absolutely no advantage, no major advantage at our level of use to upgrade to Mach 4 or to even buy Mach 4. And you know, and the fact that it's just so incredibly what's the word? Okay, so red is in the middle. Okay, good. It's so supported by the community because everybody has it. Look at this thing. This is a week old, and look at the you know, it puts me to shame. It's just a week old, and there's nothing but, you know, metal dust and corrosion. The color of this thing, it's crazy. But it is what it is. Okay. Blue would be next. And Bruce, the users ask the same thing of Mach 4 users. They go, why, when same thing could be said of Mach 4. It says, why, when Mach 3 is working perfectly fine and there is no advantage, and they insist on limiting the license, why would you choose to use Mach 4? I mean, that's the, you know, the other argument. I mean, there's some advantages to having the latest and greatest software. I mean, if you're an Apple person, which I am, I just upgraded to Big Sur and everything. But I got to tell you, I'll be honest with you, there's a couple of my machines where I had to do it over it, where I would know about it, I would never have upgraded past. I would never have gone to Catalina. Never. It just took away so much. And I was not a happy camper with Catalina. When they went to Pure 64 and they don't let you have anything else. I understand, progress is progress, and they have to do that because it's a, it's the way of the world. But no, there's a lot of games that are older games, and I'm very fond of. I know, there's nothing wrong with being progressive until you lose your history. And there's my statement for the day. Blue and red. I don't have any problem moving forward with technology. But don't tell me sacrifices have to be made in the as far as history is concerned, because there are certain pieces of history that I'd love. Okay, here we go. These two now. Certain parts of history that I would never ever want to see disappear. There was a game called Ricochet that I was extremely fond of. I mean, it's not a big deal. It's like a solitaire game. It was just to pass the time, but I was quite fond of it. And then you go into things like I live in Miami, and hopefully for not too much longer, but I live in Miami for the moment, and I grew up in a completely different, 55 years. I grew up in a completely different Miami. I'm not talking just the culture. The culture, obviously, clearly, that was a completely different Miami back then. But I'm talking, let me see, we're on Z, which is green. Here it is. What I'm talking about is there are a lot of historical buildings. There's some drive-ins. There's some, and the skyline has just, it changes faster than anybody can take a picture of it. Somebody takes a picture of the skyline, it's only good for maybe half a year, because they're always building there more and more and more, and it's ridiculous. The Miami Beach, the I haven't been there in ages because of the crowds, but anyway, the history of a lot of places in Miami, or just history in general. I look at other places around the world and I see that they preserve their history, that they but this is a never changing town, never changing. I mean, something, it'd be okay if it was, changing here. I mean, it's never, it's, sorry, it's an ever changing town. I mean, they don't stop. So, it's not, I'm not happy with it at all. I guess, that's what happens with a lot of old people. I'm only 55, but I suppose the older you get, the more you miss the past, and I understand that. But I got to tell you, I don't know. It's hard. I have mixed feelings on all of it, because I do like progress, but not progress for the sake of progress when it's beneficial. And it really is a little frustrating when they tear down all the buildings that you grew up with. In fact, nothing of Miami, of the original Miami, is I could safely say that there is nothing of what I grew up with here. I mean, it's all gone. Why is this not clicking? Alrighty. Get in there. Okay, let's see if I find a better nut for that. Have a good evening, Paul. Thanks for dropping in. There we go. Much better. Well, we're almost at the tail end, folks. Then comes the testing portion. Let's see here. Being a Mach 4, true, I have used Mach 3 in any case, purchased Mach 4 to get go. Yeah, but Aspire and VCarve is I mean, that's a whole different ballgame because really it's not a okay. Mach 3 for the functions that I and most home hobbyists use, which is basically nothing, which is run the G code and have a nice day. Mach 3 is identical to Mach 4. Identical because there is absolutely nothing that I would use in Mach 4 that I don't have in Mach 3. However, that's a whole different scenario with, let's say, even comparing VCarve to VCarve, VCarve 9 to VCarve 10.5. Now, there is a huge, huge difference because VCarve 10.5 has added some incredible time-saving features and features that I've always wanted. Like, for instance, okay, let's say I wanted to carve something out here. Why does this thing change light on me? Anyway, it carves something out here. And, let's say I wanted to V-carve something small. And then there was this huge area. Okay. Now, if I'm V-carving and then I wanted to pocket around the V-carve, do is in the past with version 9 and before, or 9.5 and before, is until 10 came out, I would V-carve and use a flat depth bit and to carve out. Here's the problem. Let's say you have little corners and stuff. All right. You have to strike a balance between how big the area is, because if you use a 1/4 inch bit so you can get into that little corner and get detail, or a 1/16 inch bit to flat out the whole area, it's going to take you forever. And it's going to be a lot of little lines. If you use a 1/2 inch bit, or a 1 inch bit to flatten this whole area, that's fantastic, except you'll never get into those little corners. So 10 and 10 and now 10.6, when they VCarve 10, they did, you can actually have multiple flat bits, and it's fantastic because I'll V-carve or I'll do whatever I'm doing on the top, and then and what I'll do is I'll gut out the whole thing with a 1 inch bit. All right, and then what I'll do is, okay, I'll skip the 1/2 inch, but I'll do a 1/4 inch. And now I want some really, really fine detail, and I'll go to a 1/16. And so, but I would never gut out all the big parts with a 1/16, and I can't get to the little parts with a 1/2 inch. So in the end, it was very advantageous to have multiple flat depth, and that's one of 10 features that I and others were clamoring for. That so that was an upgrade. That was a worthwhile upgrade. But I'll give you an example from 8 to 9. There was really no point to upgrading. Hey, Marcello, how's it going? There was no point to upgrading from 8 to 9 because there was nothing nothing of any substance. Where did I put my? All right. I'm looking for my other two. Okay, so I got this one, I got this one, I got this one, this garbage, and then I need the red one. Where'd I put the red one? Oh, here it is. No wonder. I never pulled it out. There we go. So basically, I mean, what I'm getting at, Bruce, I agree with you. It's great to upgrade, but it's like the difference between Windows XP and Millennium. I mean, if Windows XP does the same exact thing, yeah, that's a bad example because there were still even improvements in Millennium, even though it sucked. But I mean, what I'm getting at is the difference is there are no. It's okay. Here's a perfect example. I have a controller board in here that runs 4 axes. It could go up to 5 axes. Okay. Why should I upgrade to a brand new controller board that does the same exact thing but on 6 or 7 axes? It would make if I'm not using it, And Aspire, I have Aspire. I use vCarve in all my videos for 2 reasons. The majority of the people have vCarve. They're not going to shell out $1,800 for Aspire. And it's a very, very small amount of people. I'd be happy to, I'll be happy to answer any Aspire questions that anybody with Aspire has. I use it myself, but I don't put videos out on it because there's actually no point. Because nobody has it, or rather, it's the same reason I don't really do any talks on Mach 4. Well, I've never. Let's see, because I do have one copy of Mach 4, and it's installed in one of the machines, and I really don't use it. But Aspire, yeah. Mark is trying to well, it depends on what day of the week it is. But Mark, there are some days where it's like with anybody else on YouTube, including myself. It depends what your interests are. I mean, some time ago, I was doing CNC teaching videos, and then later my interests became the house, and then later my interests became the JaviBox, and then I mean, so my videos will change with my interests, like Mark's, like anybody else's. Okay, so this is important. Wait a second. Ground and AV is on the inside. Okay, so I want to make sure that I hit these right things here. Okay, there we go. Ground and AV is on the inside. I don't want to burn anything out. Ground AC on the inside, on the inside, on the inside. Okay, good. Ground and plus voltage. All right, so we have our green. Let's do our yellow. I'm connecting these up, so I'm sorry if I'm pausing for a second. I want to concentrate on this. Don't want to get it wrong and then have to go back in and redo it. Okay, so here we go. This is yellow, and that's yellow. And we're going to put this here, and we're going to put this here. Then we'll have the blue. This is blue, this is blue. That goes there. This goes there. And we're done with the blue, and then we got the red. And before we seal it up, we shall run it. Ugh. And you're right, Bruce. A lot of it is personal choice. I mean, it's. I mean, there are so many different programs that I buy just to have. Like a perfect example, the Mac, and the on my new computer, I have the always upgrade. I mean, granted, they're all free, but I always choose to upgrade to the latest and greatest one every single time. Why? Because the computer can handle it, and and that's that. The older computers, not so much. The older computers, not so much. All right, let's see here. All right, let's switch everything on here. And let's test it all. Check the power. Power's running fine. Good. All right. Okay. Yes, it would help if I actually connect this. And all the wonderful plugs that go along with it. Okay. Let's put you guys over here. Because if not, this gets to be a little boring. Watching me type keystrokes. Oop. There we go. Okay. Good old blue. Blue 42 or 62 or whatever to. Okay, there's blue. Yellow. Yellow. Red. Red. And last, but not least, green. Okay, let's see if they're all running. Good. Okay, that one's not running. So the yellow is a miss. That's a yellow? No, that's, yep, that's yellow. Okay, we got a issue on the yellow. So let's find out what's going on there. Might very well be the motors, so, but okay, yellow, 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 yellow. 1, 2, 3, 4. The wires are correct. That is correct. I knew I should have tested it before. What are we doing? Nothing. We're just doing what I'm regularly doing. I am fixing a one of my assembly people used way too much flux, so I am testing the unit, the CNC controller, before it goes out. And then I'll be assembling another one because somebody else wanted one recently, and I am going to make sure that they get what they want. Okay, so here we go. Come on. Okay, so red, blue, yellow, and black. This is all correct. Red, blue, yellow, and black. I'm wondering if he might have plugged it in the wrong place. Let's find out. Okay, so this is all correct. Let's give it a shot again, guys. Okay, reset. Power on. Lights are all green. Okay, let's check if it just happens to be, which it's possible, the cable. All right, so that would be, let's go for the swap the red one. Sure enough. I'll tell you, folks. This guy's not going to be working for me much longer. Well, he'll work for me, but in the call center, not assembling these things, because frankly, not only is he using too much flux, which is a no-no, but he's connecting the cables wrong. At least I think he is. Let's find out. Nope. Seems to be correct. Let's see something here. Okay. It's got to be in here. I do not know what Mark Lindsay said as far as I don't know if you're asking me or not, but I have no idea what the torque settings are for the dumpster nuts. I mean, he goes above and beyond sometimes in those things, and it's just not. Ha ha ha! Boy, is that way off. Look at this. A red wire goes to a green, and a green goes to a red. Not good, folks. Not good. Red and green are two different circuits. No wonder it's not working. Idiot. All right. Let's see. Let's just cut them here and swap them. And that should alleviate the whole situation. Okay, red and green. The box was perfectly fine. It wasn't the box at all, guys. See? My work stands for itself. Unfortunately, one of my guys' works made me doubt myself. Not good, not good. Okay, now I need the red one. Always very important, put the shrink wrap first, because that's all you need is to forget it. And then you got a problem. Then you got to cut it again and join it again. Okay. Now I am willing to bet 100 to 1. Any takers? 100 to 1 that this is going to work perfectly. All right, here we go. Turning it on again, resetting. And here we go. Let's okay, let's test the, what color is this? This is green. Perfect. Now we shall test the red. Good, and on the money, folks. On the money. Everything runs perfectly as it should. But I'm not going to let this out of my sight until I make sure that the box, where's my other test box? There it is. All the I got to make sure all the connectors, all the test runs fine. The knowing these guys, they should have tested this. They have a box like this. All right. That should be this should be red. Yeah, it helps. M3 was red, was it not? Red, green, blue. I don't see a power light. I should see a power light. I don't. Did I hook these up backwards? Or not me, but the other guys? Red, green, blue. Let me see something here. No, that's not it. Great. I got to work on that too. Let's see. 7 to 9 inch pounds. Yep. Okay. Now we know. Doesn't look good, folks. Doesn't look good. There's a error in the This is going to be a long night. There's an error in here, and I see what it is already. Look at that. Both the positives are shot. Okay. I'm fixing that one real easy. You know, they say nothing's ever easy, eh, folks? Actually, this one might be easier. Because I only have one to solder on each of these. Let me see if I can knock these out. I'd show you guys this, but it's kind of boring, folks. So let me just finish it up and see what I can do about it. I swear, if I find that mosquito that's buzzing around here that just finished biting the back of my pinky, I'm going to deck it. Swat it good. Should be easy to find now that it's filled with my blood. All right, folks? And then there was dead silence as Javi concentrates. Gotten to the point, folks, that I can barely see. This is really annoying. Damn it. This guy's really done a number on this. I think I was right the first time. It would have been easier to do it the other way. All righty. There's that one. They can't bite up here. They're all bundled up in snowsuits. You're lucky. You are extremely lucky in that sense. But yeah, I gotta do another one of these disassemblies here because the spindle controller is had the same problem. I am so glad I checked these things. Well, being a perfectionist has its bad moments. Let's see if I could use the same one. I doubt it. I don't even want to. It's so messed up. Alrighty. Black and blue. I don't know what's going on next door, but you guys can't hear it, but it sounds interesting as hell. Certainly loud. Oh no. Hate it when that happens. That's what happens when you put too much heat to something, folks. Let's see what I can do about this. Still hot. Not worth it. Not worth the trouble. Sometimes you just got to throw away a connector because it's just not worth it. Javi boxes do have great quality control. Anal retentive. Okay. You know, some components are made better than others, and that last one that I had, the plastic is fine, but some of these plastics are high temperature and they're meant to take. I mean, these things are, these things are. It's basically metal encased in plastic, and they're not always okay. That's good. They're not always made the same. Some, you got to be quick as far as the melting of the connecting it. Some of these are meant to take high temperature, the plastics, and will not have a problem, will never sink in, and others just melt practically faster than, you can't heat the pin because it's, it's too much. It's too much. But I believe, if I'm not mistaken, unless I am wrong, and I am never wrong, they are headed dead into the fire. No, I've got this one licked. Done. And of course, I made one mistake. And it's a big one. I did not put the, and you know what? I'm cutting it. I didn't put the nut in first, folks. I didn't put the nut in first. And that kind of sucks because I'm not about to resolder this. If I'm going to solder something, I'm going to solder two wires together. And this time I'm not forgetting. I'm putting the nut in first. Remember what I said about heat shrink? Well, same thing applies for a nut. It's my own fault because I haven't been doing these. I mean, I test them, but they've all been pretty good lately. They've all come back tested fine, and I don't need to do anything. So I have really, I don't want to say I lost my touch. Is that before? When I'm doing this, I had a lot more recent practice. Okay, sure enough. You know, you can't win. You can't win. That one just popped off. Oh, maybe I can win. There's that mosquito. At least from here, it's pretty easy to solder, so. Okay. That's why I tell people, folks, you know, every one of these things, they, you know, sometimes, I mean, we're talking little wires. We don't want to be messing with them. You know, people want to experiment with the box. Oh, let's see how it's made. And I've had one or two boxes come back to me where the guys, all they're doing is fooling around with it inside. They want to see how to do it, and I understand that. It's very admirable, but it's like, you know, I know how they feel. The first time I took apart and ruined my cell phone, that was me. So I know exactly how you feel. Sometimes even that cover off can, you know, if you're not careful, you can mess it up. So I always try to warn people to be careful. I don't mind anybody working on the box. I don't mind. It's their box. They can do whatever they want with it. But, you know, I also want them to have a good time and not have to worry about it not working. Let's see here. So we have that one, and I'm going to be putting another box together later, guys. So this is not the only one, but the other one is already. That one's done by me. That one was done by me the last week, actually. Come to think of it, and all I got to do is just screw all the stuff down. So at least that's a good part. You can watch me assemble that one. All right. Let's do the old twist around thing. All right, let's hope that's the end of it, because I'm tired of this box already. Ow. And I know that the more I mess with it, the more the chance that stuff will go wrong. And I don't want that, so. Ow. Pinchy wires. Okay. Back to the test phase, folks. Back to the test phase. And like I do with all my products, I test everything again. Did I ever put any Archer's kit from Rat Shack way back home? Yeah. Yeah. And HP kits. We were talking about that the other day, Dan. Yeah, I put together a few Archer kits. I don't even remember which ones, but they were fun. The part that I found really cool about them, but I don't find it so cool now, is that they all used Radio Shack parts. You know, you could actually buy all the parts independently. I mean, for the most part, with the Archer kits, you know. I guess there were a couple custom ones. The HP kits, the not the HP. Oh, what am I thinking of? Dan, refresh my memory. Heath kits. I always say HP kits. The Heath kits. Those I put a few together. The old Heath kit computer. All right, folks. Take two. Let's see if we've removed all the issues from this problematic box. Okay, so let me put this over here. Put this over here. All right, that's ready to go. There's my test box, and I will have you guys see all the stuff at the same time I do. Dun, dun, dun. Yeah. All right, and the 4 motors. Yes, I am testing the 4 motors again because every time you poke into the box, there's a chance something won't work. And I am not a bad mechanic. The bad mechanic, those are the ones that every time, they come in and Heathkit, yeah, except it's Heiath, Dan. The bad mechanics are the ones that basically will tell you, oh yeah, I fixed it. And then you get it home and there's something else wrong with it, and he inadvertently broke something when he fixed something else. All right, so X. Good. Y. Z. Okay, perfect. That's 1. Now let's see if these work. Okay, we ready? M3, this should turn on. Again, take 2. Should turn on the, and it doesn't. Oh, no. Hang on a second. I haven't done it yet. There we go. And yay! The light is on. M4 should turn off the first, on the second. Yay! And we got the right voltage. M7. M8. M9 should turn off the last two. M5 should turn off the first two. Okay, check these. 1, 2, 3, and 4. All 4 inputs check. This box is good to go. And it definitely had problems. Put together my cable here. Jameco. Yeah, you know, I never did get a Jameco kit. I mean, I've seen them. Maybe I did. It's been so long, Dan. I have no idea. I remember Jameco Electronics. And there was another one out there that was quite popular. Okay, now I am not going to unplug it because, well, I should unplug it because I'm working in it, but I'm not going to leave it. I have to tidy up the wires, folks. That's also an important step. All right, so need to make a quality past sticker. Yeah, that's an idea. That's an idea. Okay. There we go. Good, 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 good. All right. Everything good. Now, next thing we do is plug it in. Make sure the fans are quiet as a mouse. It's a beautiful thing. Good evening, Russ. Why don't you drop in? I'm here doing nothing except finishing one box, starting another. And let's see here. Quiet as a church mouse. All right, folks. This one's done. And I'll be boxing it up to send it out very shortly. Stuck in Wally World parking lot. Well, you know, that doesn't bother me any. Let's assemble, shall we? Oh, boy. I've got this all put together. Sure enough. Another one came off of that. It's just going to be one of those days. One of those days. All right. That's one way to get burrs off. Scissors. All right. Enough playing around. Let's get the one that's already sanded. Because we need to connect these two there. Yeah. Well, we'll see what happens, folks. We'll see what happens. Hopefully, you know, anybody can win. Anybody. Which means I can win. No. Almost anyone can win. Because I can't. I haven't even looked at how many entries I have. But I can't imagine I have that many followers. But you never know. You never know until you do, and then you do. Okay. One power supply, folks. One power supply. Alrighty. And before I start with these wires, actually, before I start with anything, let me hook up this one that seems to have come off, because that's annoying me. Don't know how that happened, because this was one of my solders. Must have been playing around with it, moving it around too much. Let me change the... Keep pulling names till I get to yours. Okay, Dan. Let me just go ahead and put that there. And put that there. And let's see, where am I? Dan is indeed a laugh a minute. In the words of Dan, I will respond to his joke by saying, ha! I miss those days. I really do. Dan, why'd you move? There. And when I got the new house built, I hope you plan on making a trip to see it. I'll have an extra room for you. You know, the funny part is, you make these connections and you know when it's a solid connection. That one right there was a solid connection. Fortunately, they're not always that way, but 9 times out of 10. Actually, 99 times out of 100. Okay. We have to adjust these because I don't know what they are, but I'm certainly going to find out. Okay, let me just do a quick little... Hopefully it won't ruin the power supply if I backfeed it through the output 36 volts. I don't expect it will, but if it does, tough luck, too bad, so sad. I got another. Where is my... Oh, right under the computer. All right. There we go. I'm using my power supply to make sure these things are accurate. And most likely they are not, but we'll see. Okay, this is not AC. I want DC volts. This is going to be negative. This is going to be positive. Let's see. 36 volts. There it is. And on. And I got 4.3. That's no good. Let's bump that up to 12, shall we? All right. Where's my little screwdriver thingy? Boy, that takes a while. That doesn't seem right. Okay, the amperage is correct. It's 36 volts. Okay, let's just continue. Oh, maybe that was the low, and now I'm okay. Hang on a second. Something is wrong here. Let me check this other one. Something is royally wrong with that power supply. Okay, this one's at 16. Let's bring it to 12. Now this one's running perfect. Looks like I got a bad power supply on the other one. Okay, this is 12. This is good. It's possible I might have. Whoa! Hate it when that happens. Sparky Spark. Do I have a JaviBox on my Cam Master? Yes, I do. I had a. I switch. I have the original one that came with it is a what's the name of that? A 4660. Okay, so this is messed up here somehow. I'll try it again, and if not, I'll pull out another one. See, it's going down, but when I go up, it won't go past. Let's try repair method one. See, this is not something smart to do. But I like doing it. All right, that is a messed up. What the heck? Oh, it dropped off. Okay, so let's try to reach into my bag of tricks, and we shall yank out another power supply. No, one of the little ones. Where are they? Here they are. They're on the bottom. Oops. Okay, folks. Here we go again. This time, we'll attach it to here. Okay, so this is power. Out. I don't want out. I want in. In. Positive. In. Negative. And I want this to be 24 volts. So let's see. This would be out positive, out negative. It's 19 volts. It's pretty close. Let's go ahead and bring it up to 24. If I can find out where I put that darn, I'll just use this one. Okay, and 24 volts. There we are, folks. 24 volts. Have a nice day. And now we solder. Okay, so here's the 12 volt that worked. Here's the 12 volt that didn't work. I mean, the one that didn't work. So let's get rid of the one that didn't work. Yeah, Dan. No, these oddly enough, I've done a bunch of them. This one is the first one that's gone bad, but I've made 102 boxes, and each of them have 2 of them in there. So out of 200, that's my first bad one. Ooh, I made it. I wish you guys would have seen that shot. I made it straight into the basket. Oh well, such is life. Okay, so in negative. Okay, first of all, before I confuse anything, I know this is 12 volts. Let me connect this to the fans. All right, reach and get my black and my white heat shrink. Very important, very important. Black and my red. What did I say? White. All right, and then I can continue. All right, so I've got these two. This is 12 volts. Here are my fans. Be very, very careful. The middle one is 12 positive. So I got to connect that to that. Okay. Great. I knocked over my. I hate bending down, guys. Yeah, I don't know if you know how much I hate bending down. And when I got to tell you, when I build the when I do the pavers and when I do the roof and well, when I build a house in general, there's going to be a lot of complaining. I guarantee you, because I hate bending down. And now I got to bend down to pick up this thing I dropped. Well, not to mention I don't see where. Oh, there it is. Okay. This is done. Needs a little neatening up. Actually, let me neaten it up now. Well, this part anyway. Yeah, that bending down stuff is for the birds. I will be complaining. I guarantee you. And you will enjoy it all. Okay. Yes, folks, we tin. The tinning procedure. Usually quite simple. Usually. Not always, but usually. Put a little heat to it. Add a bridge. And there you are. Now, let's do the negative first. And that's way too thick. Let's bring that down. Just in case I need some solder, but don't believe I do. Let's find out. Yeah, let's just get a little bit. Come on, folks, stop. Am I running any Black Friday deals? Maybe. Maybe. But, I mean, the only Black Friday deal I was thinking of running is just the giveaway. I'm as a businessman for years, one thing that I've shied away from is discounts. I was taught a long time ago never to give discounts because all that does is cheapen your product. And I'm not a fan of discounts. And Black Friday is a discount. And frankly, I get plenty of sales. I don't need the extra work. And this is all for the community. So, you know, as it is, I'm not putting any much labor into it. So if anybody wants to buy a quality product and save themselves the time to build it, I'll happily help you with any answers if you want to build, something yourself. But frankly, it's a lot of work, and I'm just gonna continue selling them at regular price as I always do. You start to do discounts, and then everybody will hold off until you expecting you to do the next discount. The only reason I'm doing that, and I'm not going to do it next year, but never say never. But the only reason I'm doing the Black Friday giveaway is, frankly, because I'm at 98. I'm just about to sell my 100th unit, and that's kind of a celebration for me. So that's the only reason, really. Okay, let's see here. This is going to be positive, and this goes to here. Alrighty. Oh, what a mess. Mess of cables. Okay, so this goes there. This also goes there. This goes there. And this one. Nope. This one goes there. Okay, so we got all those there. We got these three there. This one, and where's my other one? Oh, here it is. This one. Just neatening everything up, getting everything in the right order. Now I have my power, and now from here we have power. What the heck? Oh, man. Great. I already had one of these wired up. Let me see. That's an easy fix. Hang on a second. Let me make sure this one works. Okay, so the fan I know works. Let me make sure I've got power to this, the right power. I already had one wired up. Luckily, it was the one that was broken. Not that it matters, but all right, the other one. Okay, so this, turn it on. And I've got how many volts? 24 even. Good. All right. So let's remove this one. Put this one in its place. And last but not least, wire this silly thing to here. Okay. Old one out. Out with the old, in with the new. And I believe we're done with all the wiring. Now it's just a matter of screwing everything down and testing it. Yes, folks, we're almost there again. Okay, this is too deep. Man, where is the other? Oh, great, they're over there. Yeah, I know it. It doesn't get any easier. Shrink wrap. No, not for these. The well, actually, I did do the shrink wrap for the heat shrink for these. These I don't need because they go directly to terminals. All right, let me put these things out of the way here. And let me get this thing out of the way here. And let's see. Okay. All of this is fine. This goes here. Like so. Okay. Beautiful. Man, it looks so sweet. Okay, let me see what else we got. Okay, off, and let's put in the final. The M542 steppers. All right, here we go. That is correct. That is correct. Make sure all the jumpers are correct before we put them in because I don't need that headache, frankly. And that is correct. All right, we're ready to go here, folks. If I'm not mistaken, these are the holes, but I could be mistaken, so let's find out, shall we? All righty. One driver thingy in. Solid. Two driver thingies in. A lot easier when I could see the screw holes. Three thingies in. And last but not least, the fourth. Isn't that awesome, guys? How easily they fit. Worked hard to get them that way. I mean, really, it's just mass production. It's a beautiful thing. Okay. So let's move these cables, the red, the green, and the blue and the yellow out of the way. Just because. Because they go last. All right, so, and the fans, we'll get them out of the way for the second here. There we go. And now for the fun part. First thing we'll do yellow. There's yellow. Make sure they're untangled. And there's yellow. Next is blue. There's blue. Next is green. There's green. And last is, of course, red. And there is red. Three coffee beans. Alrighty. And we got our yellow. And we got our yellow. And then, of course, we got our blue, which is right here. Then we have our green. And our red, and we're done, folks. We're done. All we got to do now is test it like we did the others. Let's see how well we did. Let's see how well we did. Huh? What do you think? What do you think? I think we're going to do well. Okay. Initial test. Power on. And there's a problem already. Looks to be that the power supply is on 220. That's not good. Okay, off we go. Power supply. It's usually the first thing I check, but sometimes it gets by me. All right, ready? That was an easy fix. That was a quick fix. Let's hope that was the only fix we need. Okay, we got power there. We got power there. And we got power there. And yeah. Okay. Yeah. Let's check the green lights. Green, 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 green. Good. Okay. All driver lights off and connecting the computer and everything else. What do you think, guys? You think we batted 1,000 on this one? Well, except for that power supply issue. Let's see. Let's see if we did or not. We got the yellow. We got the green. Green, green, green is Z. Blue is the A. It's down here. And red, of course, being the X. Then I have my magic little box. We'll put it up here so everybody can see the magic little box. And that's red, green, and blue. Okay, guys. Powering on and testing my getting my computer here. I'll just do it this way. The hard way. Okay, reset. Hang on, my computer's giving me a timer thing. I don't know why. So I'm just going to turn off the I'm restarting the Mach 3. You guys. All right. Let me just pan over to the motors first. Excuse me. And let me just wait for the Mach 3 to load up while you guys can see it up there. And all 4 motors are in view. All right, come on. Reset. Good. Okay, so here we go. Left, this is X. There's X. This is Z. And these are Y. No, that was Y. What? Y should be 2 of them. Uh-oh. Now, there's something wrong with the computer there. Hang on a second, guys. Let me unplug this and plug it back in again. That's fine. Except one of the Ys is not working, and that one is the blue one. Blue one. All right, so let's go back here and see what's going on with the blue one. Blue, 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 blue is this one here. It is clearly connected here. And it is, oh, wait. Oh, here we go. Blue, blue, blue. Follow it. And that is correct, except, let me see, is it? Yep. Okay. Those two are right. Those two are right. These two are right. Let me make sure I have power. Yes, I have power. So it's got to be between here and there. Let's see here. Something is amiss. And it's probably the connection. Let me see here. This one goes to this one. That's fine. This middle one goes to the middle one. That's fine. This one goes to that one, which goes to that one, which goes to that one, which goes to that one. So, everything seems to be fine. All right, let's try something. Okay, the blue motor is probably miswired somehow. Let me check something out here. Yeah. Looks like the blue plug down here is miswired. Nothing's ever easy, eh, folks? Just when I thought I had it all down. All right. Unplug everything here. Including power. And let's find out what in the world is going on with this blue thing here. Well, that would be a problem. Two wires completely disconnected. That's what I get for leaving this thing lying around and then throwing stuff on it. Telling you, folks. Yeah, it's 9 times out of 10, Dan. It's these stupid connectors. Great. Now my soldering iron has cooled down. It should only take 30 seconds. All right, so let's see. We're going to cut these down a little. We're going to strip these. We're going to tin them. Back up to snuff here. Hopefully without rubbing the soldering iron on other cables. And then we're going to see what we can do about seeing where I left my clippers so I can grab these things here. Just use my screwdriver. But I'm not happy about it. Doesn't help that I can't see a thing. I can't wait till I get my new glasses, folks. Should be a welcome change to see. Sometimes you gotta add more solder to take solder off. That's crazy, isn't it? That's the way it works sometimes. All right. Of course, the red one pops off as I'm doing these. Make sure that blue one's on good. It is. Hundreds of mini UHF connectors and coax and still manage to screw some up. Yeah. Yeah, I don't understand it myself. I mean, I'll tell you though, I stopped using. I try to avoid lately. I've tried to avoid flux wherever I can, because while rosin is great, flux sucks. I mean, it's just if you don't boil it all off, it ends up coming back and corroding the connection. Okay, there's the red. Let's connect the black without screwing up any of the others this time. And last but not least, the yellow. All right. That's more like it. Pull in the red, pull in the black, pull in the yellow. And all righty. Take two, folks. Take two. Okay. We do the plug. We do the USB. We do the 4 connections. The blue. The yellow. The red. And of course, the green. How many times have I done this? Well, at least 100. Okay. Red, green, blue. Put this up here so you guys can see. Power up. We have power. Reset. There are the motors. Good. Still not 2 of them. Oh, wait. Did I hook them both back up? No, I did not. Silly me. Tricks are for kids. All right. Let's try that again. That's better. And last one. Good. All right. They're working 100%. Now for this part. Issue an M3 command. Come on. Let me see here. Reset. Go to the diagnostic screen because I just reran this thing. Here we go. Now, M3. Enter. Good. Light turned on. You can barely see it, but trust me, it's on. Here, I'll cover the... Oh, there you go. Well, anyway, M4. Hey, where's my... Oh, try again and enter. Beautiful. M5, we'll turn that off. M7, turn that on. Good. M8, good. M9, all off. And now check these. 1, good. 2, good. 3, good. 4, good. Solid. I'm done. Oh, no. Almost done. I have to check the voltage. M3 and S, 24,000. I have no power. Oh, well, it helps if I reset the thing. Let's try this again, shall we? M3. Good. S, 24,000. And we've got power. Yay. S, 12,000. And good. Okay. Whoops. Okay. We're solid. We're good. We're fine. And we are done. Hey, your bet is 100%. Well, guess what? You win. All right. Now comes the neatening up part. Let's see. First thing we do. Look at that. See what I'm talking about, folks? I don't know if you see this, but all it did was move it over. And look, a wire popped off. That's why I'm telling you guys, for you guys that have it already, that have the, I mean, luckily I know exactly where it goes, but for those of you guys that have the, that get the JaviBox, it's fine if you want to go inside, but if you don't need to, don't. because I have trouble all the time with wires coming loose or wires coming. I mean, that's what happens. It's what happens. You know, none of these connectors are incredibly foolproof, and we're not talking about electrical connectors of sorts. So, all right, here we go. Back in. Now, I do wrap it all up, and I do always test it after the full wrap up. So just so you guys know, there's an initial test before I put the. There's an initial voltage test. Then there's the everything running test. Then there's the then there's the wires put away test, and then I do the final test with the lid sealed and everything on, because I mean, oh man, of all the, there we go. Come on. You know, this is never magnetic enough. Ha ha ha. Now, this is not necessary because the box is being held by the, hang on. The box is being held by the top and the bottom and a groove in between, just like the fan is held by a couple of grooves in the lid. But even so, I still put a screw in just for, and pretty soon I'm going to start, because I've been having, you know, people have been complaining about these things popping off in transport. So I'm thinking of just putting a bead of hot glue on all of them, and then I'll never have an issue again. But you know, I want to make it comfortable for people to be able to open it up if they need to. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. Okay. And the reason I don't shorten these wires is because they got connectors on them, and I don't want to take a chance of not knowing the polarity, and that it is a problem, and can be a very big problem, because these fans, if you don't put the right polarity, they will, I guarantee you, they will burn out instantly. They will, you will release the magic smoke the second you put the wrong polarity on these things. There's one. And the second one. Come on, go through there. Okay, now I do need to find my pair of snips because I probably dropped it, knowing me. Okay, it's not over there. It's not over there. There it is. Right behind the motors. Okay. Next thing I do is I remove these because I want the motor wires first and foremost to be run a certain way. That is like that, like that, like that, and like that. Good night, Marcello. Thanks for dropping in. Have a good one. As soon as I finish this one, I'll be leaving myself, but it'll be a while. Still got a little while to go here. It's still early. Let's see here. Okay. There's that one. Now, before I neaten these 4, I want to neaten the rest of these things, the rest of these wonderful little cables. There we are. I just basically do this to keep all the wires not only neat, which doesn't make any difference because nobody sees these things, but to keep them all away from the to keep the bulk of the wires away from the fans. I don't want them, in the fans. Okay, I don't need any of that bundled up. I don't need that bundled up. This one goes to there, so that's fine. This one goes to there, that's fine. Okay, now we do the others. Yellow, blue, green, and of course, red, the X. Okay, nothing's going to hit there, nothing's going to hit there, and the lid would fit comfortably on there. I'm going to go ahead and put the lid on and then test it. Save myself a step. I think I'll be fine. Yeah, okay. Where's the lid? There it is. All right, folks. I'm going to take care of the rest of this tomorrow morning. We are pretty much done for the night, and I am beat. So let me see what... So thank you, everyone, for joining me. And if I can get my mouse out of here. Thank you, everyone, for joining me tonight, as usual. Happy to have you along for the ride. And don't know when I'll be out here again. I'll try for tomorrow. But tomorrow's Eloy's got his show. So I'll try for what day is today? Today's Monday. So I'll try for Wednesday. So good night, everyone. Good night, Marcello. Have a wonderful wonderful week, everyone. If I don't see you, I'll see you Saturday for the giveaway. Have a happy Thanksgiving if I don't see you by then. And if not, I'll see you. All righty. And good night.